solving percent statements using equations. Now, we can solve percent statements two ways. One is using equations, the other is using proportions, and really it just depends on how you feel and what you like. So we're going to talk through just equations here in this video. So first of all, we have to understand key words, okay? Of, when you see the word of, this means multiply. So that's where we get our little multiplication piece. Is tells us equal. So that's where our equal sign comes in. Now the percent, we always need to change to a decimal because we don't play as percents, we play as decimals. And for the amount, we can just use A, and the base we'll use B. So these are the two values that we're really dealing with, okay? Let's jump in. 75% of 12 is what number? Now, I'm a huge fan of just working left to right and changing things as I see them. So I start with 75%. Well, I already know that percent becomes a decimal. Then I see the word of. As we just talked about, of means to multiply. And I'm going to, in this case, I'm going to use the parentheses next to a number to show multiplication. My next value is 12. I rock when it comes to numbers, just 12. Is means equals, and what number, I don't know. So there's my unknown. So 0.75 times 12 equals x. Well, this is the easy part now. Now you multiply. 0.75 times 12 gives me 9. So my unknown value is 9. 75% of 12 is 9. Boom. 15% of what number is 39? Go step by step. 15% is 0.15. Of means to multiply. What number is x? Is means equals. And then we have 39. So you just translate one piece at a time. Now, if I have a number in front of a variable and I want to get that by itself, I need to divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by 0.15 in order to isolate the variable x. So that reduces the 0.15s out of the front there. So I get x equals, and 39 divided by 0.15 is 260. So 15% of 260 is 39. Y'all, my dog just did a big sigh, so I'm pretty sure he's already sick of hearing about math, but that's fine. The next one. 24 is what percentage of 50? Keep going, one piece at a time. 24. Next piece is is. Is tells me equals. What percentage? I don't know. I use x. Of means to multiply, and then I have 50. So x times 50, so this could also be written as 50x. If that makes you feel better to have the number in front of the variable, it means the same thing. And now, again, we want to get x by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by 50 to isolate the variable. So x equals 0.48. But go back and, this is why I always read the question again. 24 is what percentage? So I need to take my decimal of 0.48 and we multiply by 100 to change it to a percent. So I have 48%. So 24 is 48% of 50. That's what we're doing here. All right, let's do a couple of more. I recommend that you pause the video, do this on your own, and then come back and watch to see how you did. So 15 is what percent of 90? 15 is what percent of 90? I'm going to divide both sides by 90 to isolate my variable. And x equals 0.16666, and it repeats, right? Well, it's asking us a percent, so I'm going to multiply by 100 to get that to a percent. So I get 16.6666, goes on forever, percentage. Rounding to the nearest tenth, 6 tells me to round up, so this is 16.7%. State sales tax is 7%. How much tax would you pay on a $250 item? Okay, so sometimes when you're dealing with percentages like this, you got to think through, how does state sales tax work? Well, 7% of 250 is how much tax? That's basically what this question is asking. So 0.07 times 250 is what? Well, multiply those together, and I get $17.50. So if your sales tax is 7% and you buy a $250 item, you're going to pay $17.50 in taxes. Number 3, it is estimated that 1.4% of the population has an allergy to peanuts. If the population of Indiana is 6.8 million, how many people could we expect to have a peanut allergy? Okay, so 1.4% of the population is allergic. That's what it says. So 1.4% is 0.014. Of means to multiply. The population is 6.8 million. Remember that million means 6. So if I have 6.8 and I want to change it to standard form, 6 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's how I get 5 zeros there at the end. Okay, is allergic. We'll just call it A. So when I multiply 0.014 times 6,800,000, I get the number of people in Indiana that are allergic to peanuts to be roughly 95,200. I feel real bad for them because I like peanuts. So 95,200 people we can estimate would be allergic to peanuts. And the last one for this, if you paid $169.52 in income taxes on a gross monthly earnings of $1,304, what is your income tax rate? Oh man, think about what this is asking. So tax rates are percent. So we're saying what percent of 1304 is 169.52? Now, I'm putting these in like a word sentence so we can translate it, but sometimes it's okay if you just use your common sense. There is nothing wrong with using common sense. Okay, so let's look at this. What percent? I don't know. Of means to multiply. 1304 is means equals 169.52. Now, if I divide both sides by 1,304, I end up with 0.13. But remember, tax rates are percentages. So 0.13 as a percent would be 13%, and that would be your tax rate. Y'all, also when you're dealing with these story problems, like think through it logically. If we had done this differently and gotten like 0.2%, like just think logically, like tax rates are not that low. If you ended up with 140%, well, it's not that high, right? Make sure that your answer makes sense. When you are dealing with story problems, those should be like logical. They should make sense. I don't think we're dealing with any story problems where we're buying like 85 cantaloupe or anything. But you never know. I mean, it can happen. I like cantaloupe. All right, that's it. Thanks, y'all.